First YouTube video. It was supposed to come out a while ago. Everyone's been asking me to start this stuff. Just go organic, go raw. You've done enough business without talking about it, so we're gonna talk about it. But today's video is just gonna get straight into value because I think that people beat around the bush far too much and there's too much saturation in the space and nobody trusts each other and it's falling apart and it's chaotic and it's dystopian. And we got to change that one person at a time. Maybe I can be a small vessel in that pond, if you will. Got a Te Amo here, Robusto. Just gonna light her up. Got my little fuzzy rat that I've attached to the clip mic around a towel around my neck. This is about as productively lazy as it gets, or lazily productive. Decided to use an espresso cup as an ashtray. All your favorite online marketers are lying to you, and how they're all discovering a new business model that is much more salient, profitable, creative, and fun. Who doesn't like some fun? Okay. I don't even have a torch. We're gonna just pray that this wants to behave. So let's talk about why your favorite online marketer is lying to you. I want you guys to think of some big names. Who is the biggest affiliate marketer that you can think of? Oh wait. It's no stranger that there's two individuals that have made a quick rise to fame on the internet in the space. They go by the name of Mr. Iman Gadzhi and Mr. Andrew Tate. Two very controversial figures. And I want you guys to think about some of the business models that they've been pushing recently, because you guys are used to the fast stuff. You guys are used to all the hype, all the craziness, all of the affiliate marketing, TikTok, the whole MLM network marketing structure that these guys push out. And that's where they made a majority of their money. To give you guys a little bit of a background, Gadzhi originally started with an SMMA back in 2016, 2017, scaled it organically. There's questions as to the authenticity of his funding sources, but we won't get into that in this video. There's information that I have access to through certain individuals in South Florida who are probably watching this video, encouraging said organic content to be pushed through my mediums, my media. And there's things we know. What I can say though is that his first 7-8 figure run rate was made through his education platform, Gadzhi in this particular case, Agency Navigator, which eventually became Educate, and now is kind of a multi-threaded platform of different mini courses aggregated by folks in the space kind of tangential to his line of work, if you will. In the case of Mr. Tate, he made most of his wealth managing casinos in Eastern Europe. He also managed a webcam business. That's the height of the controversy of his whole legal battle. And there's basically people who would die to see him in jail and people who would die to see him everywhere on the face of planet Earth. There's a lot of extremity around these guys. Extremism, I guess is the right word. Point being that these guys have fast money, lots of followers, things are crazy. They bred a lot of craziness in the industry around them, a lot of, I guess you could call, cross-collaborative competition, inspiring young men to get started in business, when the reality is business existed centuries before them. So what are they pivoting to now? And why is it relevant to anything that I'm even remotely putting out on this platform or will continue to put out moving forward? I have been touting since the day I started my LLC. Since the day I even thought I knew what it was like to run a call, to close a deal, to talk to people. I've exclusively been positioning CPG or consumer product good brands in people's hands. My agency, Cabversity, if you don't already know, designs products, sets up the factory, does the end-to-end marketing, end-to-end advertising, gets the freight fulfillment set up, international distribution, domestic distribution, and it's the whole black box, turn over the keys to the business. Okay, we've worked with CBD brands, We've worked with toy brands, we've worked with merchants, we've worked with people exclusive to drop shipping, even though we prefer private label. We've done it all in the several short years that I've launched this business. And what I can tell you is I have been on this wave since before people thought it was even remotely 5% not cool, never mind cool. Okay, and I've been touting this information online in a small pocket, but nobody has listened. And you, my friends, whether a gentleman or a gentle lady, are the fine exception to the rule. This is probably the worst burn on a cigar I've ever experienced, but we'll take it once again. I want you guys to look into, if you just search Iman Gadzhi brand or Andrew Tate brand, what they're up to. And I can tell you right now, what they're up to is exactly what I've been touting from the beginning, which is that a CPG or consumer product goods brand is the most lucrative business to start. It's got the highest profit margins, it's the most fun, it's got the least amount of structural overhead, it's easy to fulfill with partners, there's no negotiation battle with your end consumer, there's no need to close deals, it's not like any of that, okay? So why are these top dogs, whether for good or for bad, moving into the space all of a sudden? Now they're moving into a space and capitalizing on exactly what I said would allow you to capitalize and succeed all the way back in the pandemic. And the reason they're doing it is it's simple. It's the long game. It's the long game. What do I mean by this? Regardless of if Agency Navigator or War Room fulfillment was on point, or they actually got the results for their clients, it's only a matter of time before that train goes barreling down a hill and derails. Because what ends up happening is you're still only able to, whether for means of fulfillment bottlenecks, initiative, lack of one-to-one communication, or just the marks of being a human, eventually you will converge to an asymptote where you're only getting a smaller and more finite percentage of driven or guaranteed results from the get-go out of your marketing for the clients that sign onto your program. You could have the best fulfillment and genuinely be down-to-earth person. But what ends up happening when you create a network marketing scheme is you get really fast money, 6, 7, 8 figures, and then what ends up happening is you have to scrape the bottom of the pot because you only drive 20, then 15, then 12.5, then 10% of results as you start to saturate your client base with people that take it less seriously because your fulfillment can't keep up with the infinite machine that is client acquisition in network marketing. So what Mr. Gadzhi and Mr. Tate have realized is I can just create a private label product that's low AOV, low average order value, high volume inventory, and push it through retail and e-commerce partners and advertise at cost for less than a tenth a fraction of a franchise or acquisition of a new network marketing business, which is definitely on the table for them if I were in their shoes. And what they're seeing is that, man, I can drive ads, get like a 2x return on my affiliate marketing and ad structure if I do things with the right fractional consultants, and frickin' sell what I want to. And run an 8-figure business that's actually salient, that people respect at all levels of age and business experience. So, what's happening? Well, Mr. Tate is dropping a Fireblood line of supplements, which is unflavored gym supplements. I've done this. I want you guys to look up Glanbia Nutritionals and see how much of the whey protein market they control. We're in partnership with them. They're the major domestic distributor in the United States for most of your favorite whey protein supplement brands. But what you didn't know is that it's the derivative ingredient for all of your favorite competitors who like to advertise against each other, but are following the same roadmap. This is the only business model where people can say that everybody can eat and win and actually not be lying through their fucking teeth. And I've been saying this since before the pandemic. And I've worked with clients at a smaller scale who are now going to overtake and supersede your favorite influencers and network marketers because they understand the game and have been in it longer. They have more structure behind them that's going to scale sustainably and conservatively. Now, that's on the Tate side. On the Gadzhi side, he's got 2 CPG brands. He's dropped the Gadzhi blue light blocker glasses on limited stock, which they're not limited. I guarantee you it's a 30-cent cost per unit, spun out of Vietnam or China at a sweatshop. Let's call it as it is. He's selling them at a premium. I think it's $85, $90. I'm not sure his landed cost, and his wholesale margins. I don't know his KPIs because I'm not in it, right? But what I can tell you is he's making easily over 70-80% profit margins after marketing spend. Now you guys see, if you just got the balls in you, including the ladies watching this, to create a product and engineer a product or design something that's unique with the right partners, you can command margins without scamming people. What a fucking concept that I've been talking about for 3-4 years at the minimum, right? Not only is it the blue light blockers with his Gadzhi brand, it's also the big day electrolyte seltzers. He's got what, watermelon, cucumber, lime, something like that? I gotta look back at it, look at my notes, but go in his story right now on Instagram, it's probably there. On a nice like little kitchen table with some nice lighting in the background. He's got girls half naked dancing on a boat, pushing this electrolyte seltzer that came out of nowhere, but in reality is a private labeled formulation from a co-manufacturer that he licensed under and probably patent protected under his own LLC, that he's gonna convert into a C Corp 3 years down the line, own his own supply, get his own freight fulfiller, run a 3PL beforehand, and push it on, it's probably on some sort of Shopify driven API. You don't have to know what I'm talking about. All you have to know is that each of those components is stuff I'm gonna continue to push at value on this channel. This is gonna be the most raw shit you're gonna see on YouTube. I'm not gonna edit this video. You're gonna see captions on the bottom. I'm half naked on a fucking balcony in Mexico with a cigar in my hand that's barely lit. The point of this is not to demonstrate sexy, attractive marketing material that people love. Most people are gonna watch this and be bored. But for those of you who have stuck around, I hope that you will take something out of the subsequent stack of content that's about to be pushed through this channel and on my page. I've been told to do this for years, I've just been silent. Why? Because I don't like this. I don't like putting my face in front of a thing and talking to a thing that doesn't have emotions. I don't like talking about stuff that I can just do privately, behind a curtain, with clients, whether public or private. I just like to keep it behind a curtain because I like peace. I like to know that I can go to the rooftop in a little pool, do a little thing, and not have somebody be like, oh my God, Nick, this, that. I just like to live, exist, do what I want without a camera in front of me, without, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you right now, I'm connected to all the people I just mentioned. And those of you watching, you know who you guys are. Much love. And what I can tell you is that it's all facetious. It's all a lie. Your favorite marketers all know that once they scam you and make their 8-figure run rate, that they're going to take that money and at the very least, fractionally reinvest it and all of their time and energy into a consumer product goods brand. If Andrew Tate's done it, if Iman Gadzhi's done it, who's next? You guys are gonna start to see every motherfucker, everyone, launch a consumer product good brand, a CPG brand. And when they start to, and you start to question it, come back to my page. I'm gonna give you guys free value that you would otherwise have to pay. People are gonna start releasing courses on this. Then I'm gonna be like the B stock of the industry because I just don't care. I'm not gonna push this stuff down your guys' throats. This is gonna be a primarily unedited YouTube video. It's going to probably embarrass me when I look back at it. I don't like in front of a camera. I'm not a branding or marketing expert. I actually hate this, to be completely transparent. But I love talking about the things that I think need to be brought to light. Andrew Tate is on a CPG brand. Iman Gadzhi is on a CPG brand. They're not telling you why they're transitioning to it. Just know that the industry is headed in that direction. And I've been talking about it for the last half decade. And if you're interested in actually getting involved in this, the least you can do is toss a like, subscribe, bell notification, whatever the hell the things are below me. I don't care if you do or do not. Hell if I care if you dislike this or if you're upset for some reason. I just don't. I'm here. I'm giving you guys what I know. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't give a rat's ass. CPG and private label work. Will you be ahead or will you be behind?